Hi, it's Tracy here. Yesterday I started looking at the new professional Mangyo paints that just arrived, and had a little bit of play with that. And just note to self, I've never actually watched an unboxing, and and I think I just allowed my my right side of the brain to sort of just lead the way, which is kind of cool and kind of different. But I did spend quite some time later on that night having a good look at how other people really do explore those paint boxes. And I'm not going to do the same because you can just go and have a look there. But I am going to share what I have found out so far. So now I just see there's some way to pause things while I just swap my camera. Just one moment. Right, here we go. Okay, so I had gone ahead and unpackaged all the little tiny they each come with a little cover, and they had a little bit of cellophane around them, and then I have stuck them to a card. And I did really get a feeling, they said there was some that were translucent, and there was some that were opaque, and some that were luminous, and I kind of wasn't sure what this would all mean. But anyway, so I have set up, actually I'm going to do it this way, and that's the only other thing. I wish I could take this off because it kind of sticks out on your desk. But anyway, all that aside, I'm going to spray them now. Just going to blast away and just have a go. I like using a spray bottle. I learned this from Mandy Evans in Australia, who's a wonderful watercolor artist and does some great things on YouTube as well. So anyway, I've sprayed to activate the paint. And you can see I have set up my palette a little bit differently than what it arrived. And I've also taken some colors away because I realized I don't need, 10 different kinds of greens. I just need to have, the number that I want to have. So I have just decided, just a executive decision on my part, and I've moved the white to this end and the light colors and the darks and the blacks over here. And just so you know, how I've organized this is I've put all the opaque colors along the top, and in the opaque, so there's the black, but then there's these here, and actually that one there as well. They are the luminescent ones, so they're metallic. So I've placed those together. And the other ones that are along this line are completely opaque. So opaque is where you don't really see them. And if you add these colors to other colors, then you change the value of other colors. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not, absolutely a magician with all of this, but I am, it's all a work in process. So anyway, I'm going to try some of the, though actually, I think the metallic might work best on some black. So I'll just try and see. I did block them down, but they do move. So yeah, it's good to just have a play, Oh, but look at that. Isn't that great? So that's the silver. I always have a little rag, and now let's try the gold. Wow, that's just amazing. And look, that's just one swipe of the brush and you get all of that. So they are really, really stunning. And so these are the metallic. So there's 3 metallic with an opalescent white as well. So, and they are opaque. Let me just check. I don't want to just set you off wrong there. So what I found was on each one has this little, and and it has the details, and on the details on the side it does have like you have an acrylic. So they have this little square, a black square fully, and it tells you that that's then opaque, so you can't see through it. And it also has a number of dots, and that tells you how light fast it is. So that's just excellent. And somebody else has also pointed out that on the side of each one of the little containers, it has the number, and you can then order those again to refill. So that's just amazing service. And I know you can get the empty little containers as well. So I might try, not quite sure which one is the opalescent. The pearl is the six two. Yeah, so this one here I might actually swap those around, because that's actually the pearly white one. Just get that in so you can actually see it. So yeah, that's the pearly white. And then the other white, these are then the other whites. And while I'm at it, I might as well do, there's a tan colour here. They show up best on the black. And then there is a grey. These aren't metallic. Oh, that's lovely. Wow, look at that. Ooh. And then I will, the black's not going to show up, so I'm going to put a, see, that black is quite strong. I mean, that's just one wipe of my brush, and that is how black it is. So yeah, they've got dots on there to say they're colour fast, so all of that range is the same colour fastness. And the other thing I wanted to try was to see how far so I'm making it very dark at one end and sort of lighter at the other. So that's that value contrast kind of thing going on. But yeah, I'm wrapped with those metallic, and they have dried quite quickly. This is quite a thick black paper though, but just, you know, that's good to know. So yeah, I created these little cards. I've seen them other people do some wonderful things with these, but anyway, just so you know, that's what they are there. And my next line down, I actually have the ones that are semi-opaque. So this is this line here. And let's have a bit of a play. So these are semi-opaque, and I've put the colours, you know, so there's the brown. I'm just going to give it a white straight. This is on dry paper, by the way. This is an indigo. Ooh, look at that. Indigo. This is a purple. So you can literally see I'm only just giving a couple of dabs. That is quite incredible, isn't it? Look at that, how the colour. I just want to try something. With that. When I put something else with it, say I want to put this color here, which is a translucent color. It's I think this is cold pink. I just want to try it. So this cold pink is translucent. Okay, and the purple is semi-opaque. So one will take over the other. And look, there's a beautiful bleeding that's going on there. So I'm just playing, and I'm not doing it in ordered fashion. So, okay, carry on in an ordered fashion, Trace. So, yes, I've jumped the gun and I've got this blue, which I did share yesterday. So, again, I'm back now to the semi... I'm back to the semi-opaque ones. Oh, look. So I think that the opaque ones are a little bit stronger. Like there is a chemical thing that goes on, and they will go into the other paints. So I've set up my tray to have completely opaque, semi-opaque, semi-translucent and translucent, and I've taken out some ones that are extra, so you can see some really amazing blending that's going on there. So there we go. Okay, righty ho. Yeah, and you can sort of really tell. So that's then two opaques together. Have a look at that. Just a note, these ones here are also, just to confuse myself, these are actually translucent, but because they're light, I've put them up by the white. So, yeah, I haven't got a complete rule of thumb. Just created my own little range of confusion there. So, yeah, I'll just carry on with these opaques. You can really kind of tell they're kind of got a bit more creamy, creaminess in them. So there we go. There we go. And they kind of want to move into each other, as opposed to say, we'll try this. This is fully translucent, just like that colour there. I mean, I just find it amazing. Just one swipe of that of the lid, and you get all of that colour. Just amazed. I mean, that doesn't seem translucent to me, but obviously it is. And look how far that colour will go. It's just glorious. I might make this into Easter egg cards, this piece of paper here, because it is just so stunning, isn't it? So, might have to get some more paper. One moment. Right. I'm going to have to put another colour in there just because we can, just a swipe of colour. Just because we can. So that's two translucents together, just for an example. I'm not doing the complete scientific breakdown of all of this. I'd love to, but my brain doesn't kind of work like that. So these ones seem to bleed, but those opaque ones didn't. Now let's have a look at some of this trend. These here are semi-translucent. So these ones are opaque. These are translucent. Let's just try what happens. Because that was the other thing I was wondering about. Like that didn't seem to pick up the... Oh, yes, it did a little bit. And that was the other thing. It's such a small box. I was sort of worried. So the semi-translucent, they can go over the top of things. Still got quite a bit of water on my... As I said, this isn't a complete science. But so they're kind of bleeding into each other. I just love that beautiful turquoise colour, when it goes to green. Ooh, love it. Look at that. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to put this to the side. I'm going to do all sorts of things with that. So I wanted to try something else. So this is with wax and crayon. So I'm using this because this is what I would be using it. And then there's some pencil. Just because I want to try it and see what will happen. These are This is great. I learned this from Karen Tamar just recently, using using birthday candles. So I am, where do we go? We've been all over the place, so it doesn't actually matter. But I'm going to, all the translucent ones, I'm going to give a swipe of those and just see what happens. They're actually quite similar. I think that was Crimson Lake or something, but very similar, aren't they? They look different in the box, but they're actually not. Okay. Yeah, there's so many different greens. I have a dear friend, Patsy. I haven't seen Patsy in a while, but she loves all of these sort of 1970s greens. So when I saw the greens on here, I thought, oh, Patsy would have liked these ones. So as I said, not a pure science of how I'm working here. I'm just trying all the different colours. These are semi-translucent. That's kind of beautiful. So now I'm going to go back over. Just going to try my salt. So there you go. I'll put some salt on there. See what happens. And at the meantime, I'm also going to, so this is a translucent orange. They don't seem to take the colours away, which is interesting. I don't know how to say that. Kind of like that with the, like they have dried quite quickly, which is very nice that they do that. Try some. Going to have to put a bit of purple in there. It's very relaxing trying this. I feel like the original scientist or something. But oh, look at that. So that's the semi-translucent over yellow. and a translucent green. The thing is to stop, which I find quite tricky. I'm also going to try now just with a really quite a dry brush, so it's a damp brush, but see what happens when we want to try and take it away. Try and take some paint away. Okay, what about this one? You know, sometimes you want to take colour away just to add back the highlights. So yeah. Be interesting to see how that works with the salt. There is this thing you can do with plastic bags as well. Yes, you've got a bit of cellophane on there. That's all the cellophanes from yesterday. The little tiny bits of cellophane. I'm just doing random different techniques. These are techniques that I probably would use, you know, with mixed media. So I want to know that these paints can do that, or how they're going to react. So yeah, very cool. I do love the colours. I did say it yesterday. They're very sweet colours. But of course, that's also because I haven't chosen to put, you know, the dark in there. I might do a dark page as well. We need a bit of dark as well. So okay, I'll let that dry. I'm not going to blast your ears off. Okay, so let's try using some dark. So this is something that I often do underneath a painting, is I put some line on there, just because. So that's just one swipe of the brush onto the colour. And I mean, you know, if I really wanted it, I could use acrylic if I really wanted to cover a large space with dark. Let's see what we can have happening here. See the variety that we can get happening. I mean, I'm not doing a painting as such, and yeah, I think, you know, they're quite beautiful together though, aren't they? Look at that. So that black with the where's the opaque ones? They're semi-opaque. There we go. So that was the black. With the indigo, yeah, you know, and you just get, it's almost, you know, just you get this flares, eh? And I'm going to try these greens. Look at that. It's hard to leave a white space. Excuse me. So if this is asking, oh, I know, I didn't clean my brush. That's bad. But it's probably the life. There is just some amazing flares of colour happening on here. I'm just going to really clean my brush now. So the colour I really liked was when you added this and a swipe of this. It's like emerald. Ooh, look at that. Get the swipe of emerald. Yeah, so this really is quite mesmerising. It does take away, so let's try a little bit of that. Taking away. Yeah, so you can take away and put one thing is they're because some of the dark ones are very dark. If I, mix a little bit on the surface, you can't necessarily see that, there's paint, the wrong colour paint on there. So that's a bit of a trick for young players. But yeah. So it does look a bit of a mess. It's more just for playing than I'm just going to do it just because it feels like it needs some red in there. I'll use this for something. Really beautiful. I mean, it does. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to get my salt, the salt out. There's some more cellophane things in there too. I might have to keep those bits of cellophane because they're quite cool. They're all, you never know what you're going to get. Get these sort of very crystallized shapes. And I have got this little bit of packaging here too. So, you just have to forgive me, but it's just because this is probably how I would be using. Okay. And So we'll put this one to the side as well. Just let that dry. And I've got some tissue paper here, which is also something. Oh, I've been going for a bit too long. Sorry, but I'll just do a last little bit. And this is more for collaging. So tissue paper often has two different sides. One's a little bit more shiny and it kind of repels paint. Anyway, let's have a look and see. So that's really repelling it, eh? That's good to know. Okay. What I might do though is if I wet it. Gee. It's a bit shiny. Didn't realise that. And even when it's yeah, it's very, very water resistant. That's not going to do anything. That paper. Ooh. No, not going to be able to use it as tissue paper. I think this is called lunch wrap. You know, so I must clean my brush. Okay, anyway. I hope you've enjoyed experimenting or seeing the experiments going on. And yeah, thanks. That didn't work, so but that's good to know. I didn't know that, so at least I know something now. And it hasn't completely dried, but we'll take those off. Probably if I let them dry for longer, might get a more of a result. Yeah, probably need to let things dry. But I'm really happy with the effects. So yeah. Rightio. All right. Well, so that's the paints, and we had a great play. So yeah, hope you enjoy that. Thanks, Zen. Bye.